So, very good morning, everyone. Uh, Today, we are going to start with geography, lesson number 5, natural vegetation and wildlife. So, as the name indicates, what does the natural vegetation means? Natural vegetation means referring to the plant community which grows naturally. Natural, as the word natural means the vegetation, the plants which grow naturally without any human assistance, that is, without any human help. They grow naturally, that is called as natural vegetation. And wildlife, the animal life. Clear? And vegetation is also known as virgin vegetation. We will also find out that this natural vegetation is also called as virgin vegetation. That in this cultivation of crops, orchard, fruit farming, all this will be there. Then next we are going to read about in this lesson about factors which are responsible for the great diversity, great differences between this animal life and plant life in different areas, why they are found in different areas, different particular type of animals and plants are only found. So what are responsible features for that, what factors which are responsible for that, that is in the relief we are going to read and understand that land and soil are the major factors which are responsible for the great diversity, big differences between flora and fauna in one area to the other area. Plus, next we will read about the climate and understand it, that how temperature, sunlight, and precipitation helps in the uh, uh, growth of flora and fauna. That is, flora means plant life and fauna is animal life. Then types of different types of vegetation we are going to read about each and every vegetation, five types of vegetation, and in detail we are going to read about and understand where, which places, and how and what type of trees are found in tropical evergreen forest, what type of animals are found over there, then tropical deciduous forest, tropical thorn forest and scrubs, montane forest and mangrove forest. So about all these we are going to read about. So then in wildlife of India also we are going to read all this is about plant life. Then in wildlife also we are going to read about how many animal species are there, how many birds species, fish, and important animals and areas where they are found. Then conservation. Lastly, final topic will be about the conservation of flora and fauna. How we should, as a human beings, uh, need to conserve this flora and fauna. So that's all we will understand in this lesson. So coming back to the first part of the lesson, that is natural vegetation. Have you ever observed the type of trees, bushes, grasses and birds in the fields and parks in and around your school? Means nowadays the whole year you have been in your home only, studying from your home only, but whenever you had once gone to school, then you have been observing that so many trees, different types of trees, bushes, grasses, even at your home also, around your home, uh, in your locality, you must have been seeing these types of different types of trees, bushes, grasses, and birds. And even the parks may be there near around your house. Are they similar or they are variations? Means they are similar of, means all the trees are of similar kind, bushes and grasses are similar, or there is something different in them. In being a vast country, you can imagine the type of bioforms available throughout the country. Means India is a vast country, big country, where different types of bioforms. Now, what does the word bioforms means? It is a geographical distribution of organisms, that is called as bioforms. So, as India is a vast country, different types of geographical distribution of the organism is there throughout the country. Our country, India, is one of the 12 mega biodiversity countries of the world. Uh, And here we can see that with about 47,000 plant species, India occupies 10th place in the world and 4th in Asia in plant diversity. So many plant, different types of plant, categories of plants are there in India that India occupies. You can underline that India occupies 10th place in the world and 4th in Asia in the plant diversity, means different plant types of plants are present there. There are about 15,000 flowering plants which produce flowers in India, which account for 6% of the in the world's total number of the flowering plants. So the vegetation in India is very, we can say, important and attractive here. The country has many non-flowering plants also. Now, apart from flowering plants also is there. Different type of plants are there. Flowering plants, non-flowering plants is also there. Now, what are non-flowering plants? The example are given: fern, algae, and fungi. They are the non-flowering plants. They are the type of plants, but they are flowerless plants: ferns, algae, and fungi. So India also has approximately 90,000 species of animals. Now this was all about plant life. Plant species 47, in which non-flowering and flowering both plants are there. Now about the animal life, 90,000 species of categories of animals are there. A rich variety of fish in its fresh and marine water. So variety of fish is also found here in India in fresh water as well as in marine water. Marine water means sea water. Sorry, today my throat. Natural vegetation refers to plant community. Now, what does natural vegetation refer to? Vegetation, by word natural vegetation, it means plant community which has grown naturally without human aid and has been left undisturbed for the long time. That is called as natural vegetation. Without means any help of the human beings, they grow naturally in the areas, and that is why they are also called as virgin vegetation. So this natural vegetation which grow on their own is also called as virgin vegetation. Thus cultivated crops and fruits orchard form part of vegetation but not the natural vegetation. So cultivation of crops and fruits and orchards, they are part of vegetation, means plant life, but they are not considered as natural vegetation because to grow them, the help of the human beings, means human beings do a lot of activity for the growth of crops and food orchards and all. That is why this type of cultivation of crops and fruit orchards are not considered as natural vegetation. They come under vegetation but not under natural vegetation. The virgin vegetation, which are purely Indian, are known as endemic or indigenous species, but those which have come from outside India are termed as exotic plants. So this you can underline what are outside, means which plants which come from outside India are called as, they are called as exotic plants, and the virgin vegetation without the help of human beings, the natural vegetation which grows are purely Indian and are known as endemic or indigenous species. Clear? Now, the term flora is used to denote plants of a particular region. Underline this. This can be the definition of flora. The term which is used to denote particular uh, plant of a particular region, or the period, that is called as flora. Similarly, the species of animals referred to as fauna. So the plant of a particular region is flora, and the animal species found in a particular region, particular area is called as fauna. This huge diversity in flora and fauna kingdom is due to the following factors. Now, the following factors which are responsible for the big diversity of plant life and animal life from one area to another. Why they are so much different? It all depends upon the following factors. Now, first factor we take is as relief. Relief feature means under the relief, the type of land, the type of soil will come. Now, first, land. Land affects the natural vegetation directly and indirectly. What type of land is present in that particular area, that type of only plant growth will be there. Now, do you expect the same type of vegetation in mountainous, plateau, and plain areas, or in dry or wet region? So, the type of land which is present in the hilly or mountainous regions or in the plain areas is very much different from each other. Even the season, the climate is also very much different from that means the mountainous region or plateaus or the plains. The great difference between the climatic situation as well as the land, the type of land. The nature of land influence the type of vegetation. The type of land will be, the type of vegetation cover will be there. The fertile land is generally devoted to agriculture. That means where the land is fertile, there that land, proper land is there, plain area is there, then that means it will be more fertile land and it will be cultivable land. Agriculture can be done over there. The undulating and rough terrains. The undulating means the means not even the shape like up and down waves, wave like shape, up and down. That is called as undulating. That is the undulating and rough terrains. The terrains, that land which is very rough and it is not the plain area. It is very much up and down like waves. The areas where grasslands and woodlands develop and give shelter to the variety of wildlife. So in these type of undulating and rough terrains, the grasslands, small grasses grows. Even the woodlands, plants with heavy woods grow over there, which are very helpful for the shelter of the wildlife. Now coming to the soil is also the soil also vary over space, means different in the soil texture is also there from one area to other. Different types of soils provide basis for different types of vegetation. That means the type of soil is will be there, the type of particular vegetation, plant life will be growing in that particular soil only. The sandy soil, now example is given the sandy soil of the desert support cactus and thorny bushes. So as you will go in the deserted area, there you will not find the green plants and all, but a type of plants which we call as a cactus or the thorny bushes we will find out in that particular sandy soil. And wet, marshy, deltic soils support mangroves and deltic vegetation. Now, that's a type of soil with the soil which is present in marshy. Marshy means the wet land only. The deltic near the delta soil support the mangroves, means thick forest, thick plant life there. The hill slopes with some depth of soil have conical trees. Now, which type of soil is having the conical trees? The shape of the cones. The trees are having the shape of the cones like this. The hill slopes with some depth of the soil. That means in the mountainous, in the hilly areas where the slopes are there, on that slopes, these types of conical trees are found. So I hope this relief feature is clear, both land and soil, which are responsible for the growth of flora and fauna. Now the second is climate, the climatic factor, how climatic factor affects the growth of plant life and the animal life. Now first we will take about the temperature. The characteristics, the character and the extent of vegetation are mainly determined by temperature along with humidity in the air. That means the humidity is there, little bit wetness in the air is there, plus the vegetation also is determined of that particular is placed on the basis of temperature only, and precipitation and soil on slope of Himalayas and the hills of peninsular above the height of 915 meters. The fall in the temperature affects the type of vegetation and its growth. That means the peninsular above the height of 9.15 meters, as you go higher and higher, the temperature will be less, and that is why the fall of the temperature will definitely affect the type of vegetation. Whatever vegetation cover is near the equators, near the means tropical, in the tropical areas near the equators, that is very much different from the uh, means from the areas near the poles where the temperature is very low. And changes from tropical to subtropical, temperate and alpine vegetation means slowly the vegetation cover changes as you move away from the equator. Clear? First, near the equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn is there. Then as you move more further, then temperate grasslands are there, then temperate climate is there, temperature is there. Then after that, as you move towards the pole, so as and when you are moving away from the equator, slowly the change in the flora and fauna is also there with the change in the temperature. Now, temperature characteristics of the vegetation zone. That means vegetation zone is tropical, that is near the equator. Equator is the 0 degree in the center. So, just after the equator is the tropical zones, uh, Tropic of Cancer and Tropical Capricorn. There, the mean animal average temperature in degrees is above 24 degrees Celsius, and the temperature in January in degrees is above 18 degree. The remark is no frost. Frost is not there. uh, frost को अपन बोलते हैं means type of means frosty day is there ना. You can say जब ज्यादा ठंड हो जाती है, सर्दी हो जाती है, तब वो थोड़ा सा अपन को क्लियर नहीं दिखता है, that is called as frost. Then in tropical areas, no frost is there, like fog only. Good. Then subtropical, 17 degree Celsius to 24 degree. That is the subtropical, little bit away from the tropics, main tropics. Then the temperature in January is 10 degree Celsius to 18 degree Celsius, and frost is rare, means little bit frost is seen over there. Then temperate zone, 7 degrees Celsius to 17 degrees Celsius, minus 1 degree to minus 10 degrees Celsius is the temperature in January, and frost is there. Some snow is also there. Snowfall is also there. Then near the alpine, alpine is below 7 degree, below minus 1 degree Celsius temperature is there. Even snow is very heavy in the alpine region near the poles and all. So this is the environment, we can say Atlas of India, June 2001, Central Pollution Control Board of Delhi. It was given by this Central Pollution Control Board of Delhi. Now, photo period, that is sunlight. Photo period is, that is sunlight. The variation in duration of sunlight at different places is due to the difference in altitude, latitude, season and duration of the day. So this variation of the duration of the sunlight, means how much sunlight is there in that particular area, all depends because of the differences in the latitude. Now, what is latitude? Latitude is the angular distance of the place, that is north or south of the earth's equator or of the equator of the celestial objects. And then latitude and altitude. And altitude is the about the height. So the sunlight The duration of sunlight depends on the difference between the latitude and altitude, and the season and the duration of the day also. And due to longer duration of sunlight, trees grow faster in the summer. In summer, as you know, that the sunlight is more during the summer season, and that is why during the summer season more and more uh, trees you can find out. Now, why are the southern slopes in Himalayan regions? You can find out this answer. Uh, and in the next class, we are going to discuss this. Why are the southern slopes in Himalayan regions covered with the thick vegetation cover as compared to the northern slope of the same hills? Clear? In the next class, I'm going to discuss this, or you first find out the answer, and we are going to discuss this in the next class. Now, coming to the precipitation. In India, almost the entire rainfall is brought in by advancing southwest monsoon. That means in India, almost the entire rainfall, all the rainfall is brought in the, or the rainfall season is brought in the by the advancing southwest monsoon season, in the monsoon season only. And this monsoon season is when June to September, and retreating north east monsoon, that is retreating means going back, advancing means coming of the monsoon season, and retreating means going back of the monsoon season as the monsoon season is getting over. So the rainfall due to means rainfall also affects the vegetation cover. Areas of heavy rainfall have more dense vegetation as compared to the areas of less rainfall. Means wherever the rainfall will be heavy, definitely the plant life will be more over there as compared to the area which are having the less or scanty rainfall. Now again one more question is there. Why are the western slopes of the Western Ghats covered with thick forest and not to the eastern slopes? This also homework is there for you to find out both the answers. And in the next class we are going to discuss this. Okay. Now have you ever thought as to why forests are important for human beings? From the means smaller classes only you have been taught that forests are very important, and so many points have been made clear in the smaller classes that why forests are important. Now here also, why forests are important for human beings. Forests are renewable resources and play a major role in enhancing the quality of uh, yes, good. Garanchi, we get first and foremost thing the oxygen we breathe. The air we breathe, that is the oxygen. Then forests are renewable resources and play a major role in enhancing the quality of environment. That means if the forests are there, then more and more quality of environment will be there, good quality of environment will be there due to the growth of more and more forest. The dense forest will be there, that means more and more vegetation cover is there in that particular area. Then modify local climate, control soil erosion. These are the all importance of the forest, that they modify local climate. If a good amount of vegetation cover is there, more forest is there, that definitely it will help be helpful in the coming of the rain, control soil erosion also, regulate stream flow also, support a variety of industries also, provide livelihood for many communities, and other panoramic or scenic view for recreation. Panoramic means the world view. The means whatever you see in a scenery type view is there for you all to see if the vegetation cover in the forest is more. So all these are the things which are very helpful because just because for the growth of the forest is there, that is why we as a human being are having this type means this forest help us a lot. They modify the local climate, means local climate, whatever climate is there, climatic conditions are changed due to the dense forest. Then they control soil erosion also, that carrying away of the soil, the fertile soil. That soil has been uh, means accumulated just because of the growth of the plants, and it does not get carried away. Then regulate stream flow also. If plants are grown means very close to each other, then the regular flow of water is also uh, controlled. It support the variety of industries also. Means forest becomes the main raw resource for the main means we get most for the most of the industries. The raw material is being provided by the forest, so only they use the forest products only for the raw material for the industries. Then they provide livelihood for many communities also. Many communities are there, tribal communities and all. They depend for on the forest only, and it gives a great scenery, good view of, for the human beings. And they control wind force and temperature and cause rain. So this is also the importance of the forest. They provide humus to the soil and shelter to the wildlife. So first and for I mean important one more important thing is they also provide the shelter to the wildlife, means animals, they are having their homes in these forests. India's natural vegetation has undergone many changes due to several factors, such as growing of now this natural vegetation has undergone many changes, means many changes have now occurred in the natural vegetation of India, just because of many factors. That is the growing demand of cultivating land. That means population is growing, the demand for food is increasing, and thus the cultivable land is demanded more. And development of industries and mining, due to the development of industries and mining, the natural vegetation is being disturbed. Even the urbanization and overgrazing of pastures are responsible for the change in natural vegetation. Now, the vegetation cover of India in large parts is no more natural in real sense. So, in real sense, now the vegetation in India and the larger part of the India are no more considered to be natural. Now it is being grown with the help of the human beings only, except in some inaccessible region. Inaccessible region means where the human beings could not reach, cannot reach easily. In those regions like Himalayas, hilly region of central India, and Marusthali, the vegetation in most of the areas has been modified at some places, uh, or replaced or degraded by the human occupancy. That means these are the regions where human has occupied the place where previously natural vegetation, the growth of natural vegetation was there. Now, do you know, according to India's State of Forest Report 2011, the forest cover in India is 2105, 21.05%, sorry, 21.05%. Now, today, till here only, I end the class. In our next class, whenever we'll meet, means tomorrow, uh, we'll continue with the same lesson from types of vegetation. Till then, read the lesson till here, and if any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you.